Hey, it's John Siskovich. I broke a rake. I bought a new one. What happened? I'm going to tell you what new rake I chose and why. I'm very overly analytical with all of the gear that I choose, and I want to give you some of my reasoning just so you have it in your head next time you go to the hardware store. So something as simple as a rake, you can put a lot of thought into, because when you're using it, you spend a lot of time with it. I've spent hours and hours now raking around the trees in the orchard. So I had wooden rakes. Problem is, I live in the Northeast and things rot up here. It's very moist and it gets into stuff, and those wooden rakes don't always last. The sun beats down on them, they get wet, they get moist, they freeze, they unfreeze, they freeze, depending on where you're storing them. These were stored in a shed that was not completely weatherproof, and over time they break. So be it. So I got a new rake, and for me personally, I went with fiberglass. Fiberglass because they last a lot longer. They're more durable in my environment because they're less prone to being broken down by all the moisture. But I have really good friends, Jess and Tim, who live in New Mexico. This might be a little bit better than the fiberglass because the sun out there just cooks everything. And if you leave your rake out, that fiberglass starts to break down in sunlight. So depending on where you are in the world, it will depend on what tools you have available to you and what tools you're going to choose. But give a little thought, because you spend a lot of time with that rake. So don't go and pick up a $10 rake and think, oh, a rake is a rake. You put a little thought into it because you're gonna, you're a producer. You're somebody who's farming for a living. Even if you're not, you still want your stuff to be top quality and you want it to last a long time, because I'd rather buy one $20 rake than two or three $10 rakes, because that two or three $10 rakes, you spend a lot more time driving to and from the hardware store or across the farm to go pick up a new rake to break. So had wooden rakes, switching over to fiberglass. Let's see how that goes. I'm not going to plug any specific brands because I got whatever was available to me. I have no brand specificity for anybody I recommend. Just look for, some really durable construction. Don't always go by the price point. If it's $2 more, there might be $2 worth of quality. Look at the thickness of the tines. Look at how the handle's constructed. How is everything put together? Is it through bolted to hang on to the end of the pole? All these things. Take a little time. It saves you a lot of time later on, and hopefully you won't have to replace your tools so often. It's part of me learning how to lean my farm, is learning to buy better tools. Hope you learned something from this. If you have any tool stories on how a good tool or a bad tool saved you or destroyed your day, leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for taking time to be part of the community, and until next time, I will see you out in the field.